Thanks again for joining me today, everybody. This is the video that most of you requested when I asked what you wanted to see on a couple videos back. So this will be my review on the gun belts I've tried and why I like what I like. So without talking too much, I'll just get straight into it. I haven't got all the belts that are out there to have. I mean, as you guys know, there's dozens upon dozens of different kinds of gun belts. This is just going to be kind of what I started out with and the stuff that I like and where I'm at now. So I will start off with the typical leather belt. Not bad. You can use these to carry anything as far as on your holster goes. I've carried my 44 mag on them and the rest of my guns, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not the most, I don't know, when you put them on, they wear out sometimes and they'll start stretching in a little bit, and just they're not necessarily designed for guns, but they will do just fine. So again, this is not my number one pick, but you'll be fine with one of these. And then when I started carrying, the first gun belt I got that is more or less designed to be a survival or gun belt is from the Wilderness. And no, I am not a size 40. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this is for when I carry inside the waistband. You'll notice I have another one for when I carry outside the waistband very rarely, because the one was way too big to wear both inside the waistband and outside the waistband, so I ended up getting two. I got this one when I went to gun sight, so that's what the little Raven's for. I didn't really have a problem with these, but the biggest part I'll show you when I try all these on is when you got to go to the bathroom for the guys. It's a pain in the ass if you got your gun somewhere on your hip over here, mag somewhere over here. The second you start taking everything apart, everything just falls down, and it's a pain in the ass to sit there and undo this while you're holding your gun and holding your mag and everything else. So that would be my drawback to these, and this is 1.5 inches. I like 1 3/4 inches. So that's the way these ones go. The next step I made was a Cobra buckle. So the Cobra buckles, come in and show you. Oh, the lighting's horrible. Alrighty, let's try this again with better light. There you go, a Cobra buckle. You pull these little tabs and it's kind of like an airplane seatbelt. Just clicks in, clicks out. Very convenient and easy to use. So these make having to use the restroom, or if you have to adjust your pants or anything, it's a lot easier because, and I adjusted this down, you can pretty much hold it without having to adjust it and everything else. It's just a ton easier. So if you have to do anything, you can just literally unsnap it and then hold your pants without having to undo anything and all that crap. So I became a fan of the Cobra buckle. The problem with Cobra buckles is, since I said I like 1 3/4 inch belts, is the buckles won't go through your belt loops. So to put it on and off, it's not too much work, but you got to take this side of the buckle off, thread it through your belt loops, and then put it back on. And I was looking for convenience. You know, it's not that I'm lazy, it's just one of those things you don't want to have to mess with day in and day out when you got to do whatever you got to do. So that brings me to the belt that I found I like the most, and it's almost perfect, in my opinion. And that is this guy. It's the Cobra buckle from 511. And you'll notice it comes pre-curved. So it hugs your waist better, hugs your hips better. Everything's right there. And now I said almost perfect because you'll notice here, I'll zoom back in right now. So it goes in like that. You'll notice that I've melted off something right here. I don't know what it was for, but there's a fat loop right there that came out probably about that far. And that did not allow me to thread this through my pants. Which is funny because it has this awesome buckle that's skinnier than 1 3/4 inches, and you can put this through all your belt loops very easily. So I ended up just cutting that loop off and melting those parts right there, and that has given me the perfect gun belt. So you'll notice 1 3/4 right through normal belt loops. This is a really rigid belt. I'll show you the difference between this and the other Cobra belt. It was from Condor, and it's a lot more flimsy than this one is. This is quite rigid, and even though you think that would be uncomfortable, it's not. And I can just wait for the comments to see everybody, oh, look at you getting dressed, put your belt on camera, blah blah blah. But it's kind of a belt review, and I'm kind of showing you why I like these. So you'll see that goes on nice and easy, and it fits perfect. There's enough adjustability in this one to where I can wear it inside the waistband and outside the waistband. It is on the limits of the adjustment, but it's nice to have one belt that I can do anything with, and that fits so perfect. So now I will holster up and show you what I mean. So I know this looks goofy, it's not inside the waistband, but this is kind of how I carry. I'll carry 2 mags on one side and my pistol with a mag in it, of course, on this side, so that kind of makes both sides pretty heavy. So if you have to do anything like nature duty, nature calls, whatever, you'll notice that everything just starts falling down. And with being able to hold everything right here is a lot more convenient than having to unwrap something and then loop it through this and loop it through that. So that is why I like this 511 belt. It goes straight through my 3/4 inch belt loops on my mag holder. The belt is thick enough that the holster will lock really good onto the bottom of it. You won't have to worry about it slipping off if you draw it or whatever. So that is why I picked out this one. The biggest difference between this and the Condor is this one's a little bit more flimsy. This one's probably twice as rigid as the Condor belt. So that's why I went with this one, and I'm happy. I'm not going to look for another one. I can't speak to the other belts that I haven't mentioned. You know, the track lines are supposed to be good. Those fancy dress belts, I'm not a big fan of. I was in retail for 9 years and had to dress up and wear slacks and shoes and fancy belts, and I'm totally over that, and I don't want to go back again. So that's my review. That's why I like this belt. So I guess it's a plug for 511. I was not a fan. I try to stay away from the bigger brands. Not that I wasn't a fan, but you know, a lot of hyped up brands, you don't know if it's hype or not. But 511 makes some really good stuff, and I'm actually starting to buy a lot of their stuff. So, free plug for 511, and that's the belt. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, it's just my thoughts. I haven't tried a bunch of stuff, but that's why I chose this, and I like it. So thanks for tuning in. Keep on throwing me your comments. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them below in the comments section. If you haven't already, please subscribe. You can do that by clicking that little circle that pops up there. And remember, if you're looking for a new pet or animal, please adopt. There's thousands of animals looking for a new home, and that home could be with you. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.